Annoying, isn't he? After defeating the Viper, which was a tough boss for where it was, you probably spanked Volbino, squashed the spider with his annoying jump and fake arms, and blasted through the chubby Monster Hunter player. Then Maluca stomps your ego and puts it back in place. Maluca, without a doubt, is the hardest boss you have met at this point. Ironically, his first phase is the easiest boss you've also met at this point, but Maluca has a pretty big weakness, and that's his downfall. The quicker you realize it, the sooner you will down him. I'll explain. Before we start, I wanted to mention that I'm giving away a Steam key for the standard edition of the game. More details near the end of the video and in the description. In this video, I'll start by explaining his abilities in each phase, then we'll watch the full fight together, and as we go, I'll provide commentary, sharing a realistic view of the encounter, the player's mindset, my actions, and some useful tips. Maluca's great weakness has nothing to do with what weapon you use. I'm using dual blades here, and obviously that's baked into my strategy. I'm all for diversity of options and freedom of choice and personal preference and all that. There's loads of videos out there telling you spear is OP and great sword is OP. They're lying to you. In any case, you can obviously apply what I'll tell you here to your weapon of choice, even if you're playing one of the other two inferior weapons.
What did he say?
Maluca has 2 forms and 3 phases. Actually, 4 phases sometimes, you'll see. In phase 1, he always starts with this jump attack, and whenever he does it, he will always follow it up with a roll backwards, then another jump attack, then a delayed double lunge with the swords, then a roundhouse 2-hit double slash, then a 2-handed overhead slam. Always in this exact same order. As you can see, that's 10 seconds of fully predictable moves. He jumps backwards and does 3 laser beam-like shots. Each one charges a bit longer than the one before it and hits harder. They can be dodged, spring guarded, or interrupted. He has a kick, which is technically a standalone move. He can either do nothing after it, or, if he follows up, is going to be one of 2 options. Either the double sword lunge from the opening combo, and he will follow through with the rest of the combo, or he will jump back after the kick and do the 3 lasers. This one is a standalone ability. He will just charge a massive smash to the ground with his swords glowing. You can dodge or bring guard or skip it by being in the air. You can also interrupt it. If he gets distance, he can do this jump, which is easy to dodge. He has this burst attack you can counter, and it's 5 hits while he charges forward at you. He also has another one that's 2 hits while jumping backwards. When he has distance, he can also taunt you like this. Once you hit him during the taunt, he will always do a burst attack. So an easy guaranteed counter if you're comfortable with it. If not, you can javelin or something to avoid dealing with it. After about 1/3 of his health, phase 2 starts, and that's the actual challenge here. He will always start phase 2 with this big leap, which you can dodge or brink guard. Then he creates this wave around him that will explode for damage, put away his swords and pull out katanas, slow time, and charge his unblockable. This ability cannot be brink guarded, blocked, or countered. In fact, this is a tip for all bosses and enemies in the game. If you hear that significant ding before an ability, that's the cue to know this. The game is telling you this is an unblockable or a grab and you need to dodge. Now if you eat this hit, which looks like an Akuma special, you will get these 1000 cuts and they will apply chaos to you. Chaos will block your maximum HP, so missing this at the start of the phase is a serious disadvantage. You obviously can use potions to clear it and all, so you can deal with it that way. He will then nearly always follow this ability with a charging slash, then a jump backwards, where he creates a wall of mud obstructing himself, and then he will charge at you doing his ultimate 9-hit combo. You can brink guard all those hits, but the tempo changes, so this combo is intended to trick you into at least eating a couple of hits. Again, for the opening, that's 24 seconds of fully predictable moves. The initial opening unblockable and the 9-hit combo, I believe he would only do once. He never repeats them during the phase. Here's his second ability with the ding sound. His grab, he will hold a stance like this, and you will hear the ominous ding telling you to dodge. He'll do a spinning slash, then when you see him hold both his swords and crouch like this, he's going to do a slash in close range, then 2 very wide flying slashes that are visually distracting as they spew that mud-like effect, one horizontal slash and one vertical slash. Then he'll slam down, planting his swords in the ground, which is a good window to get some hits in. He can do this shout to heal himself. I think he can do this in phase 1 as well, but I never saw him do it. He still has the kick from phase 1, but it doesn't have guaranteed follow-ups, and it's a bit faster. He has a fast 3-hit slash, easy to bring guard when you get used to it. Another 3-hit combo he does is a double vertical slash, then a delayed short jump and slash. He will do a 3 special sheath and dash moves, similar to the opening one, but this one can be bring guarded or countered with flash cutter. You just need to get the timing down on these, or if you're using flash cutter, then it's going to be super forgiving. You can also stun him if you bring guard those hits. He will still continue with the 3 dashes after each stun, strictly following his script. He can taunt in this phase as well, but he doesn't have any burst attacks in response to you if you interrupt him. He'll do a feint jump type of move where he flies over your head without attacking you once or twice. If he jumps once, then he will do a fast wide slash with a blue trail. If he jumps twice, he will do a run towards you and a big round slash. Don't get hoodwinked. At around 50% health or a bit lower, he'll put the katanas away, pull out the great swords again, and you're basically fighting an amped version of phase 1. This is the win, because if you get here, you manage to pass the tougher phase. You'll probably only see this a couple of times, but once you make it here, the kill is in sight. He has a new combo, jumping and plunging into the ground 3 times, nothing threatening about it. Dodge each hit and you have a window to attack. He still has the shout and heal here. He has the lasers too, but instead of 3, he shoots 7, and they come out faster with a bit of tracking. One last crazy thing, if you don't kill him quick in phase 3, he can have a 4th phase, where he goes back to his katanas, and do the 9-hit combo again. Son of a... Alright, let's go through the fight, beat by beat. Even with mistakes, you can see that once you realize what his ultimate weakness is, it will completely change your mindset and take the pressure off. Remember, I showed you his combos in full, but that doesn't mean he'll get to pull them off. The main dual blade abilities that affect my strategy are Whirlwind to fly over his moves, and Phantom Sword Dance, and Flash Cutter for easy counters. Now let's see the full fight. He starts with the 2 jumps, so in between them is a convenient window to pop Phantom Sword Dance. I'm not gonna let him continue the combo, I'll interrupt it. And when that happens, he will always respond with his burst attack. This one I found to be hard to counter or maybe impossible after landing, so I safely dash out of it. He's doing his double lunge, we know how that goes, so again, I'm gonna whirlwind over him and interrupt it. Not gonna let him kick, whirlwind. Not gonna let him finish the lasers, I'll interrupt it. Lunges again, not gonna keep watching this, so I'll whirlwind. Didn't interrupt, so I'll back out of his remaining hits. Another kick, that's a no. I had lots of spirit, so I flash cutter his jump slam. I know he'll do a second jump following his dumb script, so I'm not gonna wait for it, I'll whirlwind and land behind him. Easy burst attack counter, and that's it for phase 1. Phase 2 starts, and the ever-predictable Maluca does his jump. We dodge out of it, and then out of the circle. Wait for the sound cue for the unblockable. And dodge out. Quick whirlwind to fly over his slash, and then let him follow his script. Jumping back, drawing the mud line, and starting the 9-hit combo. Double slash with a jump. I eat it like a noob. Then he goes into his 3 sheath and dash combo. Very easy to flash cutter through it. Cue sound for the grab. Then I see him hold his swords down to the side like that, so I know he'll do the big flying slashes. When he holds his katanas crossed like this, he's blocking, but Whirlwind does not care. I can still continue my combo and fly. And that's it for the phase. Phase 3 starts. I eat the slam, but obviously that is not my fault. I blame lag. Just like phase 1, I'm not going to watch him do the full lunges combo. So I'm going to Whirlwind over his head and land behind. And I won't let him go back to katanas, so I'll pressure him to death. Have you noticed what I've been repeatedly saying? Have you spotted his weakness yet? Maluca's ultimate weakness is that he has no variety. He is so predictable you can actually dictate the whole fight, especially in phase 1. His strength in phase 2 is his speed, length of his combos, and change in tempo in his 9-hit combo. But he literally has no surprises. He never interrupts his combos or has variations of the same combo, and nearly all of his combos go in the exact same order. He's a very simple, straightforward script. Every attempt, instead of getting annoyed, just remember the patterns and what he did and go in again to see him repeat them the exact same way. Once you memorize those easily predictable sequences, you're in control. The main benefit to this is because you know all the chains of his combos, you will easily be able to tell when to squeeze hits between them, or when to interrupt him, or when to jump over him, to skip his combos and let him whiff like a moron. You can go back and rewatch the fight in light of this and literally apply it as it is beat by beat in your own gameplay, and you'll see him follow the exact same script and combo order like the bot that he is. Now please let me know in the comments what you think of this fight, if you have any type of experience with him that I didn't discuss, or some tips that I might have missed. If you found this guide useful and it helps you defeat the bastard, then please remember to hit the like, sub and ring the bell for more Khazan content. I'm keeping the giveaway pretty simple, so I'll pick a random comment to win and I'll respond to the winner in a comment, and then you can get in touch on Discord to claim your key. More specific details in the description about the claim process and the date of the draw. Thank you for your time, and please check out my Khazan essential tips linked on your screen. I'll see you in the next video.